Dear students, so this is mock final exam preparations for the big data analytics. So, as I have already conveyed you that what are the structures of these exams. So, in these exams, there will be two sections. Section one is about the MCQs and matching question to test your knowledge skills, and the second one is to test your about practical skills, and that section has five questions, right? So we will see that what kind of question is coming in the exam and how can you prepare for your final exam to get the good marks, right? So let's start with the MCQs part first. So there will be 20 MCQs, two matching question and 18 multiple choice question. Okay, so let's see what kind of questions there would be. So just let me give you some examples from chapter number, let's suppose, one. Okay, so for matching question, it will be like, easier. Just for example, I might give you like, for example, these three kind of figures, right? So the first figure is related to XML. So you need to match this text, this like, terminology concept with the figure, right? So sometime, so this is relational data, and that is the figure for the relational data. This is the image, and that is the image symbol, right? So you need to match these like, words with the figure. So this would be one of the kind, right? Second would be like, for example, like, just for example, this is like one of the sentence that operational system picture left are queried via the descriptive analytics tools, right? So say that that how we use like, what tools are used for the operational system. So say that in the options would be given like descriptive analytics or predictive analytics or diagnostic analytics. So the answer would be for operational system would be descriptive analytics, right? So this is one of the question. Next questions could be like, I give you some more good example. Yeah. So like pictures, like, so this picture is, we already know that this like is matched with the dashboard, right? So you must know that this picture is for the dashboard for data warehouse. These box shapes are there. So focus more on this on the diagram as well. Okay, and apart from that one, okay. Moreover, the question would be from, it's from book and slides both. So don't like miss the book. Read the book like, line by line, so that you don't miss the marks, right? So this is like, example from chapter one. Let me give you example from the last chapter, right? But you can focus more on chapter five, six, and seven because we already tested chapter one, two, three, four. But there could be a probability of any small question which is interlinked between chapter five, six, seven, or eight. So in this one, like, similarly in the matching questions, like, for example, this could be given to you. For example, this picture could be given to you, and you need to identify that this picture is for a linear equation or for non-linear or for like, for dependent variables or independent variables, right? So these are like, some of the questions could be there. Since most pictorial information are there, so for a descriptive question, because 18 question would be more like, descriptive, so it's better that you just like, go to the book. For example, I go for chapter number 7. Okay, so chapter number 7 is about like, big data storage technologies. Yeah, you can see over here. So here you need like, for example, if I go with some concepts like this one. Okay, so here, like I give you one example. Yeah, these like, these are, for example, solid state drivers. So what is a solid state drivers? You should know that. For example, these are used for batch based processing has accelerated by the performance of solid state drivers and which have become less expensive, right? So it means that one of the question could be designed like, for example, like you will be given that for batch based processings, what are the like, drivers are used. So I will be giving some examples like solid state drivers or other kind of drivers, right? So these are like, could be questions, right? Like, yeah, similarly, these kind are very important, like, some like study these kind of examples like highly availability, and these are like more data is there. So just like focus on this one. Yeah, like acid properties. So what is acid properties? What is the cap theorem? Some of the students they make some videos on the cap theorem. Watch that videos, like what is the cap theorem if you don't understand this one. And yeah, some like abbreviations could also be there. So this is about like about the MCQs part, right? So I hope that for that one I will test your knowledge, your memory. So in that one you have to be like your cognitive skill, that you recognize some of the figures, like that is most, for example, this figure, understand the tree structure, and it is used for like storing the data effectively. So and moreover, like these diagrams are very important. Like you can also look at which, like this diagram is used for IMDG, or IM like DB. What is this that is used for, right? And the processing times, milliseconds, and memory processing, which is more higher, which is less higher. For example, this one is 80 times faster, right? So which one is 80 times faster? You need to like think about that one. So this is about that one. For the practical one, you can, it's open, like it's open book. The first one it will be closed book MCQs. For that one, you need to like practice more, and retain the things in your mind about like the concepts of big data. With the big data storages, like we have like different chapters here. Big data storages and concepts related to it, clusterings. Okay, for the final exams, for the practical one, that would be three questions is from the SQL. Like for example, I might tell you that to create, for example, write a code, for example, write a SQL code for like for example, grocery shop, okay, containing product ID, okay, product ID, name, okay, price, okay, and for example, I ISSN, they don't have ISSN, they have like a, let's suppose, bar, okay, etc., right? So these kind of, we have practiced a lot on the SQL. So those who are good, they can like write quickly the code, or you can take benefit from Google Bard, or you can take benefit from ChatGPT or Claude or Llama 2, whatever LLM you want to use, you can use it, right? So this code you can copy it and test it. If there is usually it gives you correct code. There is like very less chances that there will be like errors in it, right? So if I ask you to populate this table, so just like insert some of the like for example some of the data in it as a product ID, name and price and barcode, and then that would be enough for that one. Second question is about debugging. For example, I will give you the wrong code. For example, I ask the Google bar to give me a wrong code for, like for example, time series, let's suppose, in SQL. Okay, let's suppose. So let's suppose there is like there is an error in it, right? So what is the error? Let's suppose error is like sorting time or this one hinders proper times, this one, and correction. So employ the appropriate timestamp data, right? So here the timestamp data is you need to correct it, right? Okay, or like for example, if this is an incorrect code, right? Okay, so when you apply it in the SQL, it will give you error. So let's suppose if I just put it here back and say, let's correct the above code, right? So it will give you. Okay, so now it brings down for you and it will give you the correct code. Okay, sometime, for example, if I give you the like give me code for debugging in SQL, okay, with missing missing syntax, okay. So it will give me like code which is like there is some syntax are missing, some commas are missing, and when these are like given to you, what will happen, even the it can correct for you as well, right? So and you can test it, what are, so it tells you even what are the problems here in the code, right? And I think this is the most easiest part, right? The third thing is about like PL SQL code, okay? Code like wrong syntax, right? Okay. For example, I give you some like a wrong PL/SQL code. PL/SQL code is little bit different than the normal SQL. In the last lab, if you have practice on that one, it that would be like it will make your things easy for you. Yeah. So this is like PL/SQL code. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So here the begin is very important. Sometime I will not put the begin or ending, or like some other parts would be missing in it. So you have to take care of that one and fix it. The next question would be about like Hadoop architecture. For example, if I say like does Hadoop works for Chinese language? Okay, so then you have to say either yes or no or maybe. For example, yes, Hadoop works for Chinese language, right? Okay, or for example, if I say does Chat GPT works for Arabic, right? Okay. For example, can it process the Arabic language as well? Yeah, okay. So, yes, ChatGPT works with Arabic and effectively understand and process. So it means that before it was believed in ChatGPT 3, I think it could not process the different languages, but now in ChatGPT 4, it can process the different languages, Chinese and Japanese as well. So there will be like common questions related to that one. And for example, the Hadoop architecture, like some like note about Hadoop architecture, or components. Okay, you can have it, right? Okay. Yeah, okay. So these are like, you just need to copy paste and see that what are the different components, like yarn is a component, MapReduce is a component, right? Okay. So these kind of components, like, you will be asked just like a little bit tricky question, but a theoretical one, right? Next question could be about R files, okay, R files with missing, like, so I will be giving you some R file, which is about the Weka file, right? And then you can like, you can feed it. Okay. Yeah, so the R file will be given to you. Okay, so yeah, this is, let's suppose, one of the R file, and for example, if this is incorrect one, okay, so you can just put it back, okay, and say correct this file, or it will correct automatically for you. That it will tell you that this file is, there is like the relation name is, the table name is my data attribute is this one, right? Okay, but the data is missing here. There is no data in it, right? But here there is a data, you see, this is the data, this is correct. Yeah, here is a missing data, the question mark. So you need to put some like data in it to fix it, otherwise it will not work, right? So instead of male female, so you can like replace with the male and female. And this is the second one, is the income. For example, $50,000 and $60,000, and you can put like $40,000, so this will be correct. So for example, there are three records. I can ask you to put 10 more records in it, and then you can, and then apply into the Weka. So you can open the Weka file, okay, and then you can open, for example, open it, right? Okay, sorry, here. Yeah, open the file and just like import it, right? So but the most important thing is that when you store the Weka file, that is a very important thing. I would like to give you that, to when you store it, Weka R file, right? Okay. Okay, when you store it, so in that one you must like enclose with the comma. That is most important thing. Double quotations. If you don't put in the double quotations, it will not be stored in a proper RF file. Yeah. Last time I give you this example, this man, for example, contact lens example, and when you store it, so save is at and this one, okay, and all file, okay, and put this one in the double quotation. That is most important thing. If you don't do it, it will not be properly stored and it will not be properly done. So let me like let me just like import this for you. Okay, so you can open it, right? Okay, and now see, you can see this file. Okay, so you can apply different algorithms. You can put classification on that one, start classification. Okay, the classification is done. You can do clustering. and many things. So thank you very much and best of luck for your final exam.